This is the brake caliper taken from the main wheel of a metro aircraft. Here we've got the torque plate, and here we have the thrust plate with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pistons. This caliper is going to sit on the axle like this. The wheel is going to sit on here. It's going to make contact with this disc which rotates, and that will rotate with the wheel. When we supply hydraulic fluid under pressure, about 1500 psi for this aircraft, in here, it's going to make the pistons come out of their chamber and force against the two plates, and it's going to compress against this rotating disc made of forged steel, and that's going to slow the wheel down. Let's remove these bolts. The thrust plate, and the first set of brake pads. But these parts obviously can be renewed, and there's still a little bit of beef still on those. Here's the disc, made from forged steel. Remember, the job of this disc is to convert the kinetic energy into heat energy, and this must be capable of absorbing and dissipating that heat as efficiently as possible. By drilling these holes here will assist in the airflow throughout that disc, and hopefully as a result this disc will be able to absorb a little more heat than what it would have done had it been a complete solid unit. Second set of brake pads, again still with a bit of beef on them. Now I'm just going to remove these little fellas here. Now inside here, this is the part which will move out, and it'll apply pressure to this, and this part will press against the plate, forcing the two plates together against the pad. Let's just remove this little piston here. There she goes. Okay, we'll just dry that off. So there's the piston with a O-ring. If ever the brake caliper unit starts to leak fluid, it's possible that one of the things would be that this seal has broken down and is allowing fluid through. Now if we look in there, we can still see some of the fluid. It's red in colour, telling us that it's DEFSTAN. We need to make sure we use neoprene rubber seals, and that's exactly what they'll be on that piston there. If it was purple, then obviously it would be Skydrol, and that would be butyl rubber seals. And remember, we'd never want to mix the two types of brake fluid, because they would have a chemical reaction and also would assist in the breakdown of the seals. Now this, like I said, is taken from a metro aircraft. It's a reasonable size, something like a single-engined aircraft like a DF-40 Warrior. The caliper is probably about 1/3 of the size, and one piston either side. something like a jet transport aircraft, a 767 for example, there would be a complete unit here, and possibly there will be 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 of these plates housing pistons. And there you have a brake caliper unit.